So China looms on Thursday, as I mentioned, but the Chinese have not confirmed that meeting. This is what they always do. So China, a whole different scenario than the United States. And China won't confirm a meeting until it's underway. So they have their own system. I don't object to it. If Donald Trump tells me he's meeting with the Chinese, then he's meeting with the Chinese, unless something blows up. And that's always a possibility. But this isn't Putin. Right? The Chinese government is much more disciplined than the Russian government because there's only one guy that matters in the Russian government. And in the Chinese government, yeah, Xi is the leader, but believe me, there are guys underneath him that have power. In fact, you may have noticed, and we did report it, that last week, Xi wiped out 7 generals. Now, he banished them. And that tells me that there's a little discontent in Beijing. Not sure. We don't get any information about it. We do know those generals and some other civilians were banished. They're out. Okay. So when Donald Trump meets with President Xi, it's likely that Xi will give up the fentanyl stuff. And that's what I talked about, to the Chinese about last May. It's likely that will be, because that's easy for China. China doesn't make a lot of money from it. They make the precursors to fentanyl. And that's a big thing for Donald Trump. Okay, so they'll give Trump that. And then in return, President Trump will slash some of the tariffs on Chinese goods because China needs our market. Beyond that, I don't know. I'm hoping that they can make some kind of Putin thing where China would back away. Now, last week, China cut its purchases of Russian oil somewhat. I think that was in response to America, but I'm not sure. Very, very hard to get inside stuff until after it happens. As soon as the deal is made, I will know. Okay. Back here, this is a very interesting story. So, according to an online newsletter called Status, the boss of CNN, Mark Thompson, ordered his anchors to knock off the White House renovation criticism and concentrate on a far more important story, the Asian trip. Now, I can't confirm that. It's anonymously sourced, but I think it's true. Okay? And that sends a pretty big signal on a number of fronts that the corrupt media in America is frightened. And we'll get into that a little bit later. On the Asian trip itself, I'm not as optimistic as Donald Trump is, but I am thinking that things may work our way. And I said that last night on News Nation. Go. If China will pull away from Putin, because China has propped up Putin by buying Putin's oil. Already, I understand the Chinese have cut back buying Russian oil. They're not going to do it 100%, but they're sending signals.
Any chance you're misreading the signals, Bill?
Sure, absolutely. My sources are the best in the world, but the Chinese are so secretive, and they, nobody ever says a declarative sentence in the whole country. And that's true. You can't ask a question and get an answer. China, people are too afraid. They're not going to tell you anything. And the government is like, right, that. But the Chinese are not nice boys, as I wrote in the message of the day yesterday. So they can do anything. Now, right at this point, most of the television anchors and analysts and pundits would tell you, we'll see. How many times have you heard that? Well, we'll see. That's not news analysis. That's bilge, B-I-L-G-E, word of the day. I never say, or try never to say, we'll see. Of course we'll see. Why am I wasting your time with trivialities? Let's just review, and then we'll get on to another fascinating story. President Trump believes he'll be successful in negotiating a deal with China. I am fairly optimistic that he is correct. However, there are a lot of things that could happen. But we're not going to see. Things will unfold, and we will report them here accurately. Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets, and meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or placed in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of five-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.